official, one of the best in the nation.
Tyler Clark, a sophomore, already ranked 5th in the country. Undefeated on the year. Charlie Falck going into his last campaign and finished 6th last year. What a tough weight class that was at 125 last year, and particularly in the Big Ten.
Well, Falck, he just has come along so well. I think he started as a true freshman, and you just saw him gain strength. A redshirt year helped him. And Tyler Clark is kind of where Falck was a couple of years ago, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would really say that, because maybe learning how to become a disciplined wrestler out there. I think that's what Falck has done, is got more aggressive, more controlled. Very close to beating Angel Escobedo in the, I believe it was the quarters or the semis. Really close match, and
Escobedo ended up being the national champ too.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was up, and he got bear hugged inside trip there for 4, and looked like he was going to win the match.
Really, he was controlling it, and so he's just a matter of seconds to being away from an NCAA finalist and end up finishing 6th. So this is a big test for Clark.
Neither wrestler are really opening up yet. They're feeling each other out a little bit.
Yeah, but if you see the setups there, I mean, I really think that Falck, who likes to go to that, their single leg shot right there, and that's the shot that Clark, or the leg that Clark leads. So it looks like nice job of pulling off. Now bear hug situation. This is deep.
Whoa! No back point, so Tyler Clark did a great job of coming off his back.
Yes, he did.
I mean, there was not even a count. Even though he was thrown to his back, he got off it in a hurry.
And that's what makes Falck so dangerous. He came in on that single leg and looked like Clark was all but out, squared his hips, but his hips were a little bit too close, and with those long arms of his, he was able to show his range and suck that in and get the takedown.
And that takedown's worth 2 points. It's 2-0 for Falck, and I would say, wouldn't you, that that's the difference between Charlie Falck 3 years ago. He couldn't have done that. Didn't have the strength.
I don't think so. You're right. Because, that wasn't easy. Clark looks like he's muscled up a little bit, and he did a pretty good job of stopping that for a while.
Just stayed with it. Nice job of bouncing off and just limiting that to a takedown here, but beautiful technique by Falck.
Tyler Clark is a sophomore from Davenport, Iowa, went to Bettendorf High School. Charlie Falck, a senior from Strawberry Point, Iowa, but he did his prep wrestling at Apple Valley, Minnesota, where he was a 4-time state champion.
I think this is where Falck, being the senior here, wants to stay in the top position here as long as possible.
Clark's not moving too much. He's just kind of basing out, so it's it makes it easy to ride somebody that way, but it makes it hard to look like you're doing anything.
And when you say basing out, you see how wide his knees are away from his hips. Wide base, working up. Falk's not going to let him go easily here, so Clark really has to work. Nice job there. Now he's back in on a shot of his own.
We're neutral, guys. We're neutral. Wrestle it.
Kind of muscling the leg there instead of driving and penetrating. He's using his arms too much, and you got to extend it. Falk's using a good hip leverage.
Exactly correct here. He got in there and got his shoelaces flat and lost his drive.
That was 1 point for Tyler Clark for an escape there. So the score is 2-1 in favor of Charlie Falck with 15 seconds left in the first period. But Falk does have 1:04 riding time.
Yep, clearly a stalemate situation, but being down there underneath there on that leg shot for a while, that's an advantage Falk here, making Clark work. Clark has really had to work hard, not only to get off of his back there on that takedown, but also to get out. He really used a lot of energy there.
Right, he looked like, he just needed a little more penetration because he was in on the leg good, but he just kind of stopped and hung on, dropped onto his knees.
Hey, stay here.
Falk gets a choice, and he chooses down. There's no deferring about it. Charlie Falk says, I want to go under, and I want to score some points.
Well, I tell you, this is a real important 10 or 15 seconds here for either side to see if they can establish some kind of dominance in the match one way or the other.
Already 1:04 riding time here for Falk, so it looks like Clark will be able to break that for Iowa State. Coming back in on the leg here. Real scramble situation. This is where Falk...
He's still riding, but it's going to be tough to break that grip.
It's tough to break the grip, but you're really making Clark underneath work hard. Okay, he's got his elbows up above his head, and he's really working hard. And look at the great job that Falk is doing, keeping his hips low and his chest up. That's really making Clark work hard.
He's going to have a hard time breaking that grip. He's getting riding time, so it's erasing that riding time, and it's really a tough situation.
stalemate. Same way.
Actually, if fatigue isn't a factor, you know, that helped him.
Same way.
Right now, fatigue doesn't look like a factor in this match.
We're doing a good job on the starts. Let's keep it that way. Lock down, green. No movement. Set in tight. Red at you.
Clark starting on the right-hand side here. Now he's trying to work the leg in.
He's got both legs in.
Key here, he's going to try to keep his arms underneath Falk's armpits right there and stretch him out.
Depends whether Falck can reach down and grab a leg, which I don't think he's getting.
No, he's got to create some hip separation here. He's fighting it off, grabbing the instep.
He's got to limp him a little bit to one side or the other. He's getting his head.
Yep.
He's getting high there. Oh.
Comes right back in. And this time he's not able to lock his hands.
They're still getting the riding time, though, guys. Still getting the riding time. And he's going to end up trying to get a stalemate, see?
Yes, he's got it. Looks like he's got that leg, but Clark has to continue to move up.
I just don't understand that. I mean, when you look back, I do not understand why that wasn't 1 point. Now I do, but that's not the situation it was. So
they're still working on it here.
They're still getting the riding time to all that. I'll tell you what, he either should break it or...
Referee is really slow on the stalemates here.
He was slow on that call.
He's almost going to get 2 here. There's 2 right there. Wow. I'll tell you what. It was a tight situation.
Yeah, I did not think that was correctly called, but it was just a slow call there because...
Well, you know, whether it was or wasn't, it was a tough call. It was definitely a tough call.
Yeah.
Red, take down.
As a result, though, he's able to go ahead and finish the period, Falck, with a reversal. And, you know, in big matches, Dan, you got to, you know, you finish the period on top, you're usually going to be all right.
Riding time's not a factor right now, except for Iowa State, because he's got 31 seconds now on the other side, even though he's down 4-1. So it could be a factor if he could escape and get a takedown.
4-1 in favor of Charlie Falck. Starting the 3rd period, there's no riding time advantage for either wrestler. Tremendous ride by Tyler Clark in that 2nd period, but right at the end, Charlie Falck was able to get out and score a reversal.
Well, that's the most difficult thing to do in the sport, is to be able to get out from a good leg wrestler's legs, and it looks like those legs were in pretty tight, and Falck did a nice job of just methodically being patient, creating some hip separation and getting the reversal.
Well, he's smart here, getting this riding time to a situation where if he does escape, the bottom line, he gets taken down, he can't get the minute riding time. So,
that's it. Work it in. We've got plenty of room. A lot of room.
Clark has really shown no...
On the bottom, he has not exploded.
When you bury your head like that and bring your hips up like that, you're really not putting any back pressure into the man, and really pretty easy to follow and drift with your opponent.
Green's up. Ready.
Again, the way that, you know, you take it, sitting in the corner here, you're taking a nod of how the officials call the match, and these are very slow stalemate situations, you know, which means the riding time is going to extend a little bit further.
Charlie Falck from Iowa coming on top, the favorite. These returning All-American, the higher-ranked wrestler, ahead 4-1 here with 1:06 left in the 3rd period.
I don't know if we mentioned the referees yet, but they're both highly ranked, and there's a new system for picking Big 12 and Big 10 referees this year, and I think it's Charlie Yagla is in charge of that.
Great.
Charlie,
so he's probably...
Mike Haggerty is one of the great referees in the nation, and Gary Mayab from the same area, Kansas City area. Both of them from the Kansas City area, and they do a lot of officiating. Very good officials.
And of course, this is much like you'd see at a national wrestling tournament where you have 2 officials refereeing a match. Side judge and a lead official.
The lead official is, just as you said, the lead official. What he says goes.
Look at that. Look at that. He's got a chance.
4-2. That's an escape for Tyler Clark. It's 4-2. There is no riding time. A takedown would tie the match.
Well, Clark was able to get in a shot, but nice job again by Falck, getting his hips back.
There is no warnings for stalling.
He's in on the leg again. He's able to step and drive through.
He's in tight. He's in tight.
Notice how he went to his own elbow there instead of continuing to drive through. Doesn't look like he's going to get it, though.
Yeah, it's close. There's only about 3 seconds to go.
Good start. Good start to this match. Tough match. Both wrestlers wrestled hard there all the way to the end.
Falck wins 4-2. Makes the score Iowa 3, Iowa State 0.
Who's coming out for the Hawks?